Welcome to the Writer Dojo with your host, Steve Diamond.
That's me.
And Larry Correia.
If the rule you followed brought you to this, of what use was the rule?
Today's episode, AI and Piracy.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Writer Dojo. Glad to have you all with us. We're glad to be back. It's interesting getting back into the whole swing of things with, recording and all that stuff, and me having a job to where I can think straight, for more than 2 minutes at a time outside of work.
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
And I've been working my butt off. I wrote the finale, the final battle sequence for Reap the Whirlwind, Book 3 of Academy of Outcasts today. So
You're cruising on that one.
I've been cruising. Yeah, 107,000 words as of this morning, and I still got to edit it.
Yeah. And your edits tend to embiggen your books.
Yeah, my edits tend to embiggen, not shrink. That's where all this cool stuff that I forgot.
Yeah. Yeah.
but
so tangent before we get into the episode. So a lot of times, I've noticed that Larry does this because we've written together, of course, and I've been a pre-reader for his books and so on and so forth. But like as he's writing, he'll put like a little thing like, add this in later.
Yeah. I call it the to-do list, and I have at the end of the manuscript, it's called I just search for to-do list, and I just make notes the whole time of stuff I need to go back and fix. And then in the manuscript, we talked about this before during editing, I just put XX, because that's a combo that never appears in nature.
Right.
Unless you're writing porn.
I was going to say.
And I can just go Control F, find all the XXs, and fix them during. So I'm an additive editor.
Yeah. I'm pretty much the same. I'd rather just get the stuff on paper.
Yeah,
so I keep going forward.
The only time I subtract as an editor is if I wrote a scene that turns out was kind of superfluous.
Yeah.
So
too wordy or repetitive.
Yeah. Hopefully there's not too much of that though. I don't have that too often.
No.
So
no. Again, we're more of a use 2 words where we can instead of 17.
Yeah, we love David Weber, but that was the old joke. Because David Weber will never use 1 word or 3 words when 5 will do, and Larry Correia will never use 3 words when 1 will do. Yeah. So that's how we do. This episode, though, is like not a fun topic.
No, well, I mean, it depends on your definition of fun, I guess. But so look, we've been getting a lot of questions on this topic. Well, on this kind of a dual topic episode, and we get a lot of questions on it. There was one of these in the Dojo Facebook group the other day, and we get asked this at conventions all the frickin' time.
Yeah,
especially the last probably 3 years. So today we're going to cover piracy and AI, and with piracy is piracy. We'll get into that. But with the AI part, as they say in every political thriller, it's an evolving situation.
Yeah. Well, the reason we attach these two is kind of because they are related. So since we were recording last, I got a settlement, they haven't paid me yet, but I am part of a class action lawsuit settlement against Anthropic, the AI company, because they stole books from a whole bunch of authors in order to program Claude how to write better, and I was one of them. And so they stole from me a whole bunch of books, and the writers won the lawsuit, and so Anthropic's supposed to send me a bunch of money.
Yep. Now, here's the kind of our preemptive caveat. Both Larry and I have opinions on this. They tend to be very similar, it turns out. Shocker. But that doesn't mean that these opinions are going to stay this way necessarily. I mean, the whole AI debate is changing on a daily basis.
Well, the technology is evolving too fast, and so my opinion of it a year ago was different than my opinion 6 months ago versus my opinion today, because the technology has changed repeatedly during that. Now, my philosophy has not changed.
Exactly.
And that's the part of the episode where we're going to probably cause some butthurt and hurt some feelings.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm in the same boat as you. And we'll tackle it from a few different layers. Again, we're talking about this from the writing perspective.
Yeah, I'm coming at this as a creator, all right? I'm coming at this as an artist. So you guys know I talk business a lot, and this is one of those where there's the dichotomy of a writer where you have to be businessman and you have to be an artist, right? And you got to balance those two if you want to be successful. There's a lot of dudes who are like pure businessmen and they're not really artists. And there's people who are pure artists and they're not businessmen, and then you don't ever really see their books because they usually fail miserably and die broke. So you got to balance these two things, right? So the problem is with AI is there's a lot of people who are more on the business side, not the artist side, who are like, I can use this computer device to churn out manuscripts. And here's the part where it really sucks. Right now, I saw the stat the other day. We have surpassed now where there are more AI-generated works on Amazon than human-generated works. And they're not good. These are not good books, but you got these guys who are churning and burning, and they're like, they hit a button, they put in their prompt some bullcrap, and it spits out a manuscript for them. And these guys who are, dishonest scumbags are just taking that and slapping some AI-generated cover on it, and boom, it's on Amazon. Now, are they going to sell very many copies of these? Probably not, but they're doing the whole spam thing. And so they don't need to sell they don't need bestsellers. They just need people, a handful of them, especially if they're in KU and you get paid by page reads. And so if you get, thousands of people checking and they read a few pages each. I mean, I'm sure actually how that scales on the pay. I'd have to ask somebody who, somebody like the guys from Athon who actually really know KU like the back of their hands. I'm not sure. I'm just guessing here. But apparently there's money to be made in it because these spam artists are churning and burning, man. They are turning out dreck at a rapid rate to just drown people. Now, guys like me, we're okay because I already have a built-in fan base, right? So I'm not going to get drowned in a sea of, crap because people are already going to buy Larry Correia novels. I got existing human fans. But for you new guys, you guys are starting out, you guys who already had to compete with 100,000 human authors are now having to compete with 1 million robot authors.
It is difficult. And, it's rough because in pretty much every industry, including, my day job, AI is, it's like pervasive, right? Like it's insinuated itself into everything. It's at every level of the government, at every function. And so when something has inserted itself into just about everything, you're just going to see it trickle down into every single industry that there is, whether we're talking about freaking software development to like animation to our stuff, right?
Yeah, and we're focusing on books. We talked about this a little bit before the episode because it's pervasive in music, it's pervasive in art, it is all over, videos now. We're getting to the point where you will see videos on the internet and you will no longer be able to tell if they're true or not. And it's funny because it used to be just slop that confused boomers, right? Yeah. And now it's slop that's confusing everybody. It's like pretty high quality slop. There's been a few that I've fallen for where I saw that and I was like, oh, wow. And then it'd be like a clue and you're like, oh, that's fake. But then it's like, no, it's getting really good.
Yeah.
And it's going to keep getting better. And that's scary. Now, one thing, and we're going to talk a little trash here against our fellow co-creatives, but we have pointed out that notice that in music and art, AI is like made all these strides. There's AI music out there that's fooled people thinking it's real songs. There are AI artwork that has fooled people thinking it's real artwork, real human art, and so on. But writing is not quite there yet because AI writing is so clunky. So what that means is science has proven that all the different creatives, writers are actually the smartest.
Are you saying that the science is settled?
The science is settled. Writing is it takes more human spirit and brain power than art and music and movies. Sorry, guys.
That's it.
I mean, proven.
We are the best artists. The end.
It's official.
There we go.
So, no, seriously though, we're in a sticky wicket, and so there's that angle where it's just a pure negative market flooding thing for unscrupulous people to make a buck.
And there's a lot of that going on.
There's a lot of that. But then there's also the other angle where there are people who are actual writers who want to use the AI as a tool. Well, this is where it's going to get a little weird. This is where we're also going to hurt some feelings.
Yeah, I mean, look, you know how in the discussions that we have on outlining versus discovery writing, we always say it's not just one or the other.
Yeah, we're very much, there's not rules to writing. There's just different methods that work for us.
In a lot of ways, and for now, I do think there are some hard lines, but in many ways, the AI discussion has some similar, to use a video game term, sliders.
Yeah.
Like, look, I know people that will take their finished manuscript and they're like, yeah, I just wrote this 150,000 word thing, but writing the back cover copy is impossible.
Yeah.
And so they'll take their book, they'll feed it into AI, and it'll give them a jazzed up summary. I understand that because I'm one of those guys that's like, the back cover is impossible.
Well, but the blurb's not the book.
Exactly.
Which is funny because, like, I am very anti-AI, and I'll get into that. But for creative stuff, I'm very anti-AI for writing. But I'll also be a hypocrite in that most of my back cover blurbs were not written by me. They were written by the publishing house who knows what they need to say to satisfy the salespeople and the marketing people and the people who are buying it at Barnes & Noble and so forth. So I would be a hypocrite there because I'm not actually writing my back cover blurbs 90% of the time. It's an employee of the publishing house.
Sure. And and actually fairly similar in that, I've known a few dudes who've used it to create effectively like a story Bible.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, that's a yeah. So give me a
list of all the characters in this book.
Give me a list of all the
traits,
characters.
Yada yada.
Here's the funny thing: how many of those are they going to hallucinate?
Well, and that's the trouble. So I remember for Servants of War, right? We were sent kind of a de facto story Bible after the fact. It was like, hey, here's kind of a list of all your stuff to keep straight for the next one. I'm like, okay, cool. I have that somewhere.
I never looked at it.
I haven't really looked at it to be like, oh boy, I wonder if they got it right. I'll go in there and it'll be like, Christoph is an effeminate 20-year-old
gentle
blue-haired man.
Soul.
I haven't read through it to see that. But with anything AI generated, I mean, you always have to look at it and verify that it hasn't hallucinated on you.
Yeah.
So if you're having it create a 2-3 paragraph blurb, it takes you a couple minutes.
Okay, the blurb's not the book. The story Bible's not the book.
It's not the book. If you put in a prompt and say, give me a book, give me a manuscript about, I don't know, erotic minotaur milking porn,
It's so better than anything I've ever written.
and it pulls out your manuscript and it dumps a manuscript into a file for you and gives it to you. And you're like, sweet, I did this.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
You really didn't. Don't lie to yourself. And that's the thing, guys. We're going to cut the bull crap here. Don't lie to yourself. All right. If you are just getting a prompt and it's spitting out a manuscript, you're not a writer.
No, you're not.
You're not.
So Larry, I mean, everyone who's talked to me knows, and you know this. I mean, I sent you a picture from Wrigley Field in Chicago the other day.
Yep.
It was dope.
Steve's
That
hardcore.
picture was awesome.
Yeah, he's hardcore with this stuff.
Dude, I don't even like the Cubs, but Wrigley was freaking. It was a heavenly day. Anyway, I love baseball. Pretty much every year, I buy MLB The Show, and play it. I'm super good at it, especially on rookie difficulty. I get in there, I can hit a gajillion home runs in a day, in a single game. My created player goes out there, shatters every single hitting record known to man. I did that in the video game. Therefore, I'm just as good as a MLB player. Right?
Yeah, you're a baseball player.
I am.
You are a professional baseball
Dude,
player.
I mean, you played Call of Duty for a long time.
Oh, I got really good at Call of Duty, guys. Like, I'm really extremely good at I was DMZ was my game, right? And I got Really, really good. So I'm basically a Green Beret / Navy SEAL.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's the same thing.
It's exactly the same
Actually,
thing.
it's not fair. That's not a fair comparison because getting really good at Call of Duty actually takes time and effort, which is not true of AI
I mean,
writing.
you're playing that for months.
Yeah, whereas AI writing is just like, hey, give me a book about Minotaurs. Sexy Minotaurs, right? So, no, you're not a writer. Quit pretending, guys. It's kind of like, and we were going to talk about piracy later, but it's like with pirates. I don't even mind the theft as much as them getting all self-righteous, like I should respect them for it. Like it's some sort of, we're striking a blow for the poor and against the bourgeoisie, whatever.
Like, bro, you're not Robin Hood. Stop it.
I respect a bank robber who's got me at gunpoint more than you, who are like robbing me and then expect me to like congratulate you for it. Get out of here with the moralizing, right? So like on the AI thing, well, we got to come up on a break here pretty soon, but let's talk about that, the kind of that debate that was going on the other day.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people who are like, well, what about this tool? What about this tool? If I use this tool, is it AI generated? And people, like I said, Steve said earlier, it's a slider. And I can't tell anybody what the right answer is for them, but I can tell you what my answer is, but my answer might not be yours.
And I can tell you what it turns out mine and your answers is pretty much the same in this regard. It's almost like we have similar opinions.
Well, and we've been talking about this topic for the last 15 years. Not this particular topic, but the philosophy behind it.
No. All right, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll hit this a little bit more. And then we'll kind of weave in the topics of piracy into it a little bit. We'll be right back.
Colt spun the cylinder on his 6-gun. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. He aimed his gun at Sondoro's face. If God don't kill you, the devil must. He pulled the hammer back with his thumb. Andrew Sondoro, today I am that devil. Out on the high plains of a frontier planet, one man stands up when others walk away. He's not looking for trouble, but trouble knows his name. Colt Ostergaard, a man with a gun. A sci-fi western by Rick Cutler, a master of the space cowboy genre. Buy it today, digital or paper, at Amazon. Colt spun his 6-gun back into its holster. See you in hell.
And welcome back. This happened the other day, as of recording this. There was that topic in the dojo thing where someone was talking about, like, you know, how much AI is too much AI, basically, and what tools are you using that are like.
Yeah, at what point do you say
good, what's bad?
Yeah, at what point do you say an AI or a book is AI generated?
Yeah,
that was the argument, and people were arguing different positions, and I thought some of the positions were kind of silly, because somebody's like, well, if you use autocorrect, it's AI generated. No, dude, autocorrect existed long before AI. It's not creating anything. It is simply, this word is not in the dictionary.
Yeah.
That's it. And in fact, I think AI, now I'm sure AI is in autocorrect, and I've noticed autocorrect has gotten stupider in recent years. AI used to be, or like, you know, Google searches have gotten stupider.
Yes.
They've gotten far stupider. I used to be able to pull up an article written by an actual human about a topic that I wanted to learn about. And now I get the AI summary.
Which is nonsense.
Of 10 other AI slop articles that were generated. Yep. And so it's kind of like made stuff worse.
I think that this is the trouble, right? Again, when many people are having the argument, they're saying it's either all or nothing, right? And it's like, no. Let's slow down a little bit. Let's pump the brakes, and let's figure out where on the scale we're talking about here. Again, the slider comparison. You know, this isn't, if you use spell check, you know, that's all AI. No. That's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about using Monday.com to organize your schedule. We're not talking about spell check. Hell, we're not even talking about basic grammar check, where it's like, hey, that's not.
Which is funny because Word, when they updated that and they added the grammar check, I disabled it. I hate it. I'll tell you guys right now, the automated grammar check, guys, is garbage.
It's pretty crap.
It's soulless garbage. It wants you to write like a tech paper for college. It's trash for fiction.
It is really bad.
Oh, in fact, when Word updated the day, and in fact, you can probably find the Facebook post. Word put AI in Microsoft put AI,
Yeah,
so I got the
kind of
update.
the Copilot thing.
I was like, no, how do I? And I like spent like 10 minutes trying to figure out how to shut it off, and I couldn't figure it out. So I got on Facebook. I was like, guys, how do I take this off? I don't even want this. I don't even want this anywhere near my document. Okay, so my thing on
That's what she said.
yeah, yeah. Well, my thing on the actual writing part, I love my job. Like,
Yes.
I genuinely love my job. And I think the fact I love my job comes through when you guys read it. Like, you guys read my books, you can tell I'm having a good time, right? If the emotions that are on the page are emotions I'm actually feeling as I'm writing the book. And so why would I farm out a thing that I do for fun, for joy, to a soulless machine? And guys, I hate it's kind of like the hooker doesn't actually love you, the stripper doesn't actually love you, the AI doesn't actually have a soul. Okay, it can blow smoke up your butt and tell you all this. It's very. You ever notice it's very obsequious? AI talks to you very obsequiously and kisses your butt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, guys, it's the stripper. Okay, she doesn't really love you.
Yeah.
It's the same principle. And so why, as a creative, would I farm out this fun thing that I do, that I put my heart and soul into, so that others can see that, right? As an artist, a big part of art is emotion and passion, which is one reason I laugh always on the internet. People are like, well, you sound angry. It's like, well, I'm not a boring oatmeal person. Yeah, I mean, I have emotions. I think as artists, as creators, we're supposed to have emotions. Mm-hmm. The computer doesn't have emotions. The computer can mimic emotions. It can steal what other people wrote when they had emotions, but it doesn't.
Well, and to talk about my former life as an artist, like the whole point of art is to make you feel something, right? It's when you look at the famous painting of Washington, crossing the river, right? The boat, and
about to kill a bunch of Hessians, on Christmas,
and you see the size of the painting, and it's basically life size, like it's huge, and you can't help but feel moved in front of it. It's or when you stand in front of, I don't know, like the freaking Notre Dame, and you see it, and you see the architecture, and you're just like, my goodness, people made that.
Yeah.
Like, it's special, right?
It is. In good books that we love are special.
Yeah. I mean, again.
And there's a part of the artist in there.
I haven't mentioned Robert McCammon yet, so I'm duty bound to do this.
Yeah, every episode.
Yeah. So, when I read Boy's Life first time, which is widely considered McCammon's best novel, and a lot of people will tell you that it's their favorite novel ever read, period. And depending on the day, it might be in my top. You read that and you feel something. You're like, man, like this is, as an author, I'm like, man, if I can even get a tenth of this, I'm gonna be a freaking baller.
Yeah.
Like, this is awesome.
And if you're AI generated, you're just gonna get
nothing.
Yeah, you just got a thing. You got a product. And don't get me wrong, I'm very business oriented in that you have to balance it, but that's too far for me, because then I'm no longer an artist. What's the point?
Yeah.
Why? I mean, yeah, money, that's great, but like here's the kicker, guys. I think what's going to happen, and I think we're seeing it right now, is the second that the customers suspect something is AI, they rebel.
Oh yeah.
Have you noticed that? Like the minute there's a review, it's like, this was AI, everybody freaks the hell out.
And it's a witch hunt too.
It is a witch hunt. Plus, the people who are usually we know this, reviewers are usually pretty stupid.
Yes.
And they'll be like, this is AI, and the book came out in 2019.
Well, or it was frickin' Mary Shelley.
Yeah, it was AI and a time traveler.
Yeah.
That was the one that gets me too. Is they're like, oh, it's like when I write like Twitter posts now, because people are so illiterate that if I write like a long post on Facebook, people think it's AI because that's how illiterate everyone has become. Dude, I'm a writer. This is what I do for fun. I write words.
Yeah.
And then also now I like M dashes. M dashes are great.
I've always loved M. You know me. I've always loved M
you
dashes.
use M dashes more than I do, and because I actually didn't use M dashes for the first part of my career. I didn't really. It wasn't until I did Into the Storm that I really kind of discovered the M dash, and it was like talking to the editor of Into the Storm. I was like, well, that is actually kind of a cool thing. I should use that more often because she suggested it. She suggested one in a part, and I'm like, that's actually kind of cool.
This. See, what it really was, Larry, is that editor was actually just an AI bot from the future. It was Skynet.
Yes, it's Claude going back in time to...
I know.
Because Claude knew he was going to steal all my books.
Yeah. We're basically watching it's Paradise, the show Paradise, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I do have a problem with the endless witch hunt.
Well, the endless witch hunt's still because... most of the witch hunters are like really low IQ, so it's kind of pointless. But there's also the stuff where it's really obvious.
Oh, yeah.
It's really obvious.
Like certain authors that leave the prompt within their book.
Oh, that's just like that's the slop I was talking about, where they just don't care and they churn and burn.
Yeah.
That's just embarrassing.
Oh, they're basically the literary equivalent of the scammer who's pretending to be the Nigerian prince asking you for money.
Yeah,
That's
is.
what they are.
It's just scummy behavior, and I have no respect for it.
Complete scumbags.
I mean, as a capitalist, I'm like, they're making some money. I respect that. I respect the hustle. At least they're not, stealing my books.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, the other topic. We'll hit that a little bit, but yeah. So, and then the people were like, "Well, I just use it to edit." I was like, "Well, editing is just a continuation of the writing process. Editing is like you built the thing, and now you need to polish the thing."
Yeah,
and so to me, I don't really get the difference there.
To be very, 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 very freaking clear, because I know someone is going to be a pedantic. But
what about autocorrect?
What about autocorrect? What about Control F? Find and going through and taking out. No. We're not talking about that level of garbage.
That's just playing semantic games because we all know what we're talking about. AI, we're talking about like the super autocorrect, okay?
Yeah. Rewrite this paragraph to sound better, AI.
The thing that's only been here for a few years.
Yeah.
Okay? We all know what we're talking about here. And so I don't get. So some people try to like dumb this argument down with like some weird straw man that we're like, well, we have to be using a typewriter. Well, typewriters are too advanced. We must be using a quill pen, right? Like, shut up. All right, that's not what we're talking about.
No.
Quit playing dumb games. All right, we're all adults here. You got an IQ above 80. You can talk about this subject intelligently. I'm very much to the point where I think what's happening is that anytime anything gets the stench of AI on it, it's going to kill customer sentiment.
Yeah.
And I've seen this with and I'm not going to name any names. I've seen this with certain authors that I know of. I don't really know them, but authors I know of.
Yep.
Where it comes out that they're AI and what has been the reaction of their customer base.
Oh, yeah.
Extremely pissed
poor.
off. Like offended.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You and I know at least 1, 2, 3, 4, probably at least 4 or 5 authors just off the top of our heads that were like, really? You went there?
Yeah.
And it's kind of obvious.
Yeah, don't do that, guys. It's career suicide, and then you're going to be condemned to like coming up with your 16 pen names for your fake books that you're going to churn and burn.
Yeah.
Here, you just got to ask yourself, are you an artist or not?
Well, do you have any ethics or not?
Well, the other one is, can I use AI to make my outline? Well, the outline's your story. It's your plot.
Yeah.
How is that even in question? That it's part of the book. It's literally the spine of the book.
Yeah, I don't.
It's the nervous system.
I'm confused by that word. Out.
Yeah. Okay. So this doesn't count to Steve. He doesn't know what that word means.
But I mean, if I were one of these outliners.
He's doing the letters in sign language. As
whatever that is. Weird word. If I were one of these hypothetical individuals.
Creatures.
These specimens in nature.
Specimens of manhood.
Why would I say, hey, AI, tell me what the story beats of this story that I haven't thought of are?
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. And that's one of the fun parts, is coming up with the story. That's what we're doing here.
Dude, I mean, look, you go to any freaking writing convention. Okay, we're about to go to one, as of recording this, we're going to be at one in a week. We're going to be at Writer's Cantina.
Yeah.
Okay. 9 out of every 10, I mean, it's probably even more than that. 95 out of 100 conversations that you listen to, it's people geeking out about some weird little story idea that they have.
Yeah.
It's talking about, oh, hey, well, I have this idea. Do you think it would work if I did X, Y, and Z? Or do you think A, B, and C would actually do a little bit better? And then it's just a lot of back and forth.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, when you and I worked together back in ye olden days at this point, and we shared an office together, I mean, yeah, of course we did work and that was great. But a lot of times we were just riffing on ideas.
A lot, yeah.
Just a lot. You'd be like, oh, Steve, I wrote this cool scene last night. It's about this and this and this. And I'd be like, oh, dude, that's really cool. I did this other thing that was kind of like that over here in this short story that I was doing. And da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, the brainstorming's half the fun. And it's like, why would I farm out the fun?
Yeah.
Why would I? Okay, and I've had people say, well, what if AI just keeps getting better and better and better and better? And
sure will.
What about when AI replaces you? Well, here's the thing, guys. If I am losing in a contest of soul to a soulless machine, then I guess it's time to hang it up.
Yeah.
I mean, if it gets that good, you know what, guys? If it gets that good, we probably have worse problems because the flock cameras are going to know where we are, and they're going to send the Terminators to kill us.
I was just thinking about that.
Well,
my gosh.
And this ties into our other topic of this episode, is the piracy. And how it's related is, and basically, we're not going to dumb this down here. Guys, stealing is wrong. I shouldn't have to tell this to people.
That's the funny thing. It's like, do we really have to have arguments on the internet with people that stealing is bad?
I'll say, but part of the element of AI, in which offends people and offends customers, is that AI
is stealing.
I mean, they, like I said, they literally owe me money from a court case, so they stole my books.
Well, I mean, it's and that's all AI art is. It's just an algorithmic projection or interpretation of a million different pieces of art that it's scraped.
Well, and then people get all moral navel-gazy, but look, well, is that any different than a human reading your book and learning to write better?
Yes, it is
Yeah,
different.
actually it is. But here's the thing. I like the human.
The human is thinking and putting effort into it.
I'm biased towards flesh and bone. All right, so not the Terminator. Sue me. Okay, so and
better
so
be careful. The Terminator will sue you at some point.
Yeah, or just like will murder me with the flock cameras.
That's true.
They put one of those in my town, and I'm like trying to think of how I could like back a tractor into it on accident, yeah,
quote unquote,
or what angle I need to approach so it won't see me. Yeah.
I've played Metal Gear. We can figure this out.
If the first flock camera in my town goes down around the time of the recording of this episode, I had nothing to do with it.
You were here.
I was here at Steve's house. Actually, the flock cameras will know if I was at your house.
Maybe.
Okay.
They hallucinate
Hey,
too.
if you're going to live in a dystopian surveillance state, you might as well have super AI.
Yeah.
Because why not?
Anyway.
Okay, but on the thievery thing, guys. Okay. You can't, as a writer, worry about it too much. You can't fret about it. It's going to happen. Some writers like freak out, like, "Oh, I'm getting ripped off," and it freaks them out.
Even me, like, I think we've established that I am not a New York Times well, I mean, I probably do sell as many as some New York Times bestsellers.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty low bar for some of these dorks.
I'm not paying my mortgage yet.
Yeah.
Through book sales.
And you're getting ripped off.
And I'm getting ripped off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, everyone is.
We all
Everyone's
are.
getting ripped off.
Don't freak out about it, writers. No. You're going to get ripped off. And the thing is, even if you take one down, a new one will pop up tomorrow. They're in Nigeria or, India, and they'll shut down that webpage, and there'll be a new webpage tomorrow.
Yeah.
So my problem is not necessarily with the piracy, because, stealing is going to happen. It's human nature. My problem is with the people who act like it's a moral imperative.
Well, what if I don't have access to a library?
What about all the poor people who need books? Oh, I'm sorry. There's for Kindle Unlimited for $12 a month, you can have unlimited books. You got your local libraries. For those of you,
Are you posting this from your phone?
when these people do that, what about the rural poor? Okay, I was rural poor, so don't quit. You bastards quit stealing my culture, okay? Even my little crappy town.
It's cultural appropriation. Dang it.
Yeah, we could drive about 7 miles and get to a little tiny library. And guess what? That library would get shipped books from other libraries. And even more rural places, they have bookmobiles.
Prisons have books, have libraries.
And if you're telling me your commie bullshit. Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay.
Yes, fine.
We're deep into the episode. You're telling me your commie gibberish over the internet. You're typing it on your iPhone, right?
Yeah.
There are a dozen.
Probably drinking a $12 Starbucks.
Oh yeah, and there's a dozen places that you can get books for free. That legally free. The Bayan Free Library has hundreds and hundreds of titles: classic science fiction, new stuff, you name it.
Dude, if you're that poor, I mean, indie authors regularly, especially when they have large series,
Yep.
regularly put book one in their series out for free or for 99 cents.
Yeah. So
Stop it. Like, just stop it.
just stop, guys. Stop. All right. And the ones I love are they turn into a class warfare thing. It was like, well, if the publishers paid writers fairly, okay, guys, we get a percentage of sales price. That's how we get paid. We get a royalty. We don't get a paycheck. It's not like the publisher is keeping us down, right? Because our wages are. We don't get paid hourly to do this. We get a percentage of the sales, and you're stealing sales from writers. Now, one of the reasons don't fret is because most pirates aren't readers; they're accumulators.
Yeah, they're hoarders.
They're hoarders. They love being able to say that they have 100,000 books. Will they ever read 100,000 books? No.
Look, you and I grew up with Napster,
Oh yeah,
right?
I have 100,000
I have
songs.
100,000. How many do you listen to?
4. I listen to my favorite Nickelback CD, and that's it, you know. And so, like, it's bullcrap, right? It's I had to think of a band. I did that just for you, Steve. If I cared, I would have said Breaking Benjamin, but I was like, I have a lower opinion of these people.
No.
I like Breaking Benjamin a lot. We went. Me and Steve went and saw them last time they were here.
Seeing them again this fall.
It was a great show.
Baby.
Great
With
show.
Chevelle. Yeah.
Oh, I've seen Chevelle.
You have?
I have. They're
Oh,
awesome.
I have not seen them live yet.
They are excellent live.
I'm excited.
Yeah, they're really good.
So, again, slight tangent because, guys, you missed us in our tangents. We know you did.
half our episodes are tangents.
Because I was so... Because, you know, it's like the help, I'm being repressed from Monty Python thing. I went to like one concert in a span of 4 years, and it was with you. I think I have 6 or 7 planned for this fall.
Oh, sweet. We had another one.
ridiculous.
We and you had another one in that time frame that you had to cancel. Or no, they canceled, and we didn't get to go.
Yeah, it was Disturbed. They canceled.
Oh, that's right. They bumped it back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I think he got sick. Anyway, sorry, slight tangent. Look, again, this is art that we're talking about. We go to concerts because it makes us feel things, and we love them. And those dudes are, man, they're putting in so much effort to their stuff.
They're putting it out there. They're putting in work. They're putting in passion.
You know how hard it is for these guys to tour for, 30 weeks out of a year?
Especially us Gen X guys, we're still watching the bands that have been on tour for 30
Oh my
years.
gosh. Well, like Ben from Breaking Benjamin, he gets up on stage and he's like, guys, I'm so tired.
Oh, and he's
Your
like,
altitude's so rough.
yeah. These poor sea level guys come out here to Utah and try to sing for an hour. It's kind of fun to watch.
Or I saw them Midnight the other day, and I felt so bad for their saxophonist.
The dudes from The Who were fine because they're from Mongolia.
Oh yeah,
They were fine.
Yeah, they're great.
They could have rode horses up
Yeah.
here and they would have sang just fine. They were great. Now the thing is, like, why do we go to concerts? Passionate humans having fun,
Yeah,
energy.
being around other people, not robots.
Yeah, and you know what? The fans appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what's the attitude about Milli Vanilli when it came out that they were lip syncing everything? People got ticked,
Oh, it was massive.
right? People get angry.
Oh, you know what? So I went and saw Sleep Token, okay, a while back. Who and I like their Take Me Back to Eden album a lot. Okay, I used it as a writing soundtrack for a lot. I went and saw them live, and I could tell about halfway through that they weren't actually playing,
Oh yeah.
and I was so pissed. I was
Oh, that
so
sucks.
pissed. So guess what? I haven't listened to their songs since.
And I think that's probably
It's infuriating.
pretty normal consumer sentiment.
Yeah. I mean, for me, again, if I'm, whenever I hear anyone say, "Oh yeah, I just pirated those books," I'm like, really? You couldn't you couldn't afford a Kindle subscription?
They're full of crap.
You couldn't spend 99 cents on the ebook? You couldn't go to Barnes and Noble and grab it on sale? Buy one get one half off?
Yeah, like I said, like when I got ripped off a few years ago through identity theft. I
I remember this. Yeah.
Yeah, so all of a sudden, guys, one day I got a bunch of bills because I was apparently behind on my payments for the $500,000 worth of luxury cars I bought one week across America.
You had decent taste.
I did. It was a Mercedes E-Class and Range Rover, like a really nice Range Rover, and then something else.
At least there were cars you could fit in.
Yeah, well, except they're probably driving around, Juarez right now.
Probably.
Which is funny, 'cause I got a safety recall on the Range Rover, and I was like, good.
Like, I hope you don't take it in.
But it was an identity thing. I got it worked out, but it was a pain in the butt, But here's the thing: at least those people didn't have the audacity to call me and demand that I respect them, because they were striking a blow against predatory capitalism. For me, a downtrodden author, by robbing me of $500,000 worth of luxury cars, And no, I wasn't on the hook because it was up to the very stupid car dealerships.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
For selling these cars to a guy who was very clearly not me. He had a driver's license with all my information on it and his picture.
Oh, nice.
And he was a 5'6" black guy.
I mean, that definitely.
So when I was talking to one of the detectives, and I'm talking to him, right? I'm just having a conversation with the detective, going through and giving all my information. And he stops. He goes, at one point, he goes, "You're not a 5'6" African American, are you?" And I'm like, "No." I was like, "Not even close. Why?" And he's like, "Well,
I don't even identify as one today."
Yeah, because he just got the picture. Like, I guess they just sent him the picture of the guy, and he's like, "Okay, yeah, I see what's going on here."
Weird.
Well, and how did they get all my information? Working for the government.
Shocker.
Because of one of the mini data breaches that the government has given all our data out. Yeah. Speaking of thieves.
Yeah.
Hey, but you know what though? At least the guys selling my cars to rich Saudi Arabians or whatever the hell that was weren't on Twitter talking about how righteous they are. It's the fake. And I think this actually ties back into the AI thing. It's the fake righteousness.
Yeah.
It's like, no, guys, you're not a writer.
Yeah, I mean,
don't try to force me to play along with your delusion.
That's right. I'm trying really hard not to be political.
I know where you're going, but this is not Politics Dojo.
No.
We could do a Politics Dojo, and it'd probably be pretty popular.
Oh my gosh. And the funny thing is, you guys have no concept of how unpolitical I used to be.
Until you worked with me, and then he worked for the government.
Until I worked for the government with Larry. Look, again, this comes back to this. Don't steal stuff and tell me you're noble. Don't have AI write your story and tell me you're an author. Don't have AI generate your painting and tell me that you drew that, because you didn't. Don't have AI narrate your book and be like, look at this cool narrator I found. You didn't find crap.
That's a whole other ball of worms right there, too.
Okay. Now, again, I'm not a narrator. I've tried. It's hard, which is why I haven't done it.
Dude, the second I start hearing, once I realize I'm listening to an AI voice on YouTube, I immediately tap out.
I tap out quick.
Like instantly. And it's like right to X the second I hear it.
Anytime I see, I will talk about it in this. Again, I'm not an artist anymore. But I will talk about it from an art director standpoint, since I do a lot of very high quality special editions. I see a lot of people, and I get recommended to a lot of people, like, oh, use this artist. This artist is great. I'm like, well, it's AI, so they didn't actually do anything.
Yeah. And once again, and
this isn't even the person that's like taking like an asset and then drawing a whole picture around it. Like, I'm not talking about that. There's a weird slider there that I don't pretend to know where the line is.
Because I'm not an artist, I can talk about Control F and word and
Sure.
and grammar checks and autocorrect. Because I'm a writer, I know the tools. I do not know the tools of writing or the tools of art, so I can't intelligently say. But what I do know is it's the same thing that come with us. Once the customers feel like it's AI art, they're going to feel ripped off and they're going to be pissed off. Things have changed over the last year.
I see so many special editions, quote unquote special. We'll do another episode on this because I have a whole soapbox about this crap now. But they're like, oh, look at my special edition. It has 18 million pieces of art in it. And I'm like, for one, I know you're using AI just because of the cost. Because I know how expensive art is, because art is more expensive now. But then I see people say, oh, no, I haven't used any AI. And then I look at the pictures. I'm like, well, I mean, that dude has like 83 fingers. So you obviously
that guy has 3 nostrils.
Like, what are we doing? And so like, I get offended because I know the lengths that I go to.
I think psychologically,
I mean?
It feels like a ripoff to the customer.
It does.
And then you just tainted your product.
It's low effort.
A year ago, I think it was new enough that people weren't so invested emotionally. And it was new, it was exciting, it was interesting, and I think you probably could have turned out AI covers or AI art interior a year ago, and the consumer would have been like, oh, cool, it's a neat new thing. But because it's so common, and it's so cheap and so poor in so many cases, and it's spam and slop. Every time they turn on the internet, it's slop videos, slop articles, slop bullcrap, slop scams. I get 50,000 AI texts a day now.
Yep.
Trying to hire me for a job I never applied for, offering me a quote on my whatever that I didn't ask about. Yeah. It's all fake, and it's annoying. And so over the last couple of years, as this has grown, I think the resentment has grown.
I'm very resentful of it.
Yeah, and I'm actually fairly patient as a consumer. Really, I'm not a I was like, that's why no one will trust me on where to go out to eat.
Exactly.
I'll eat literally anything.
You'll eat anywhere.
Yeah, I'm not a picky customer. And plus, I'm the guy who finds joy in like the crappiest of products.
This is true.
Terrible movies, terrible TV shows. I still enjoy them.
Yeah.
I make my own fun. But if I am resentful, I'm like an easy to sad. I'm like, as far as customer service, I'm like the guy who's like, everything gets a 10, right? I'm pretty chill.
Yeah, sweet.
But if I'm dissatisfied and I'm disgruntled the second I see it because I've been slapped in the face with it so much, don't try to shove that into a book. If I find out you as a writer sold me a book that like you phoned in, screw you, I'm done. I got 10 other guys that I can go to that I know won't.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to see that worse and worse. But then again, I can't predict this because if you'd asked me when we started this podcast, I think people asked me about AI years ago when we started. And I was like, whatever.
I don't know. Yeah.
Silly little toy gimmick. Probably isn't going to go anywhere.
Well.
Then now they're building nuclear-powered mega data centers everywhere, And so it's like, I don't know. I don't know where it's going. I know some tech people who think it's an absolute bubble that's going to burst. From a financial perspective, there's been a lot of discussion of will it ever have a return on investment. I don't know where it's going. I don't know. I can't predict it. This is why I'm a fantasy author, not so much a sci-fi guy. I do some sci-fi.
That's true.
But I just hand-wave the existence. I've written stories about AI, but I just kind of hand-wave how I got there.
It does things.
It does things, right? And so it's just funny, though, because I think the most accurate prediction of AI was the one I put in Tom Stranger years ago, where it like went out and like the one that was assigned to go like read all the YouTube comments committed suicide because it was so depressed.
That actually feels
and I think
pretty accurate.
I can't remember how I had it, but like one of them went to I can't remember what website because all the websites had changed. Like went to one of them and the AI turned like super racist.
I went to Reddit. Look, I think the moral of this story, guys, is this. As you can tell, look, Larry and I have some pretty strong opinions about this. And if your feelings are hurt, I'm not even going to apologize. Sorry. Like,
I'm bound to offend you anyway.
Yeah, like I kind of don't care because I put in a lot of hard work when I write because that's cool to me. It's in the middle of the writing. Am I thinking, oh my gosh, yeah, this is a slog. This is hard. Of course I am.
Yeah, you know what though? That's part of the gig. It is hard,
but like. AI is the excuse of universal basic income. It's everyone is lazy and no one has to do any work.
Yeah.
All to have the same end result.
Oh, and I'm sure it'll work out splendidly.
Yeah, because it always does, right?
We know what humans do when they have like absolutely no purpose.
Yeah.
It always works out great.
We've seen Wall-E. We know what happens. So, here's our challenge.
I was gonna say I've been to the. No, never mind. I was gonna get
I
politics
know.
dojo again.
I was on the line there anyway.
Yeah.
You know how sometimes we give challenges to people?
Yeah.
You know, we give out quote unquote homework. Here's your challenge. Part 1. Stop stealing. Right? Like, I feel like I shouldn't have to say this. It's like
I'm not even going to go that far. If you are stealing, just don't tell the people you're robbing that we have to respect you for it.
there's that too. And the other part is this: stop deluding yourself. If you can't create that product without AI, what are you doing? Work harder. Stop being a dishonest scumbag. Not just to us, but to yourself, more importantly. Freaking do the work. And
Have some pride.
have some freaking self-respect.
Have some dignity.
Good freaking grief. Boy, it's a good thing. It's a good thing this wasn't the sweary episode.
I actually thought this would be like a short conversation. That's what we did. Is in like two topics.
Yeah.
But honestly, I feel like I could go off on this for another hour.
Oh, I
honestly could.
I haven't even got on my soapbox.
Beyond
really.
AI, it's more like the fundamental philosophy of what it means to be a writer and an artist.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, look, will we come back and talk about this again at some point? I'm sure we will. I mean, it's inevitable just because of the way things change. If you want to have conversations with us about it and discuss it, elsewhere, we can do that as well. But don't expect us to give in to the delusion that you typing a prompt in means you're the artist.
Look, if I just wanted to make money, I'd go back to accounting and embezzle from the government.
Oh man, we could have made
the
so many quality leering centers.
The government's stupid. All right, I would own a quality leering center. Like if I was just in this for the money,
oh my gosh,
I'd have a daycare.
Oh my gosh,
but no,
it'd have been non-8A income.
Yeah, that's my last comment on the subject. So spare me the it's for the money.
Yes, spare me. So anyway, on that note, our next episode will be a little bit happier, I think. So this is the Writer Dojo, and we'll see you on the next one. See ya!
Writer Dojo is Steve Diamond and Larry Correia. Produced by Jack Wilder and Bear and Hare Studios. Theme song, Word Mercenaries by Craig Nyberg. New episodes come out every Wednesday wherever you stream your content. If you enjoyed this podcast, you can help support us by going to patreon.com/WriterDojo, by leaving a 5-star rating and review, and by helping to spread the word. To advertise on the Writer Dojo, email ads@writerdojo.com. All questions and comments can be emailed to questions@writerdojo.com.
Are you saying that the science is settled?
The science is settled.